Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Patrickplayz, and in this video, we are going to be talking about the 10 video games that I would recommend to new-time gamers or someone who is just starting their gaming journey. Starting off with number 10, with the most obvious game that I think should be on everyone's top 10 list, and highly likely probably doesn't need to be there because it's one of the most popular games in the world, and that is Minecraft. Minecraft is one of the best games that I have played over my entire life, and especially the Java Edition version. This version has so many mod packs available and mods available that are actually safe to play and of course free to use. You can find them on CurseForge on the most of the time. You can even find them on other launchers, but I would mostly recommend CurseForge. And it's so popular at the same time is that Minecraft was actually first released with Java Edition, being the OG version of Minecraft. So I definitely recommend, especially since I am also playing a current mod pack series called Desolate Planets, which I definitely would recommend also playing that mod pack if you're interested in survival hardcore worlds or just survival on a desolate plane. But into the next part, the next one on my list is number 9, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. This is an amazing Star Wars game, and it's one of the most best recent Star Wars games from the last decade. In my opinion, it holds up even years after its release, and it is perfectly amazing with its storytelling. You follow the character Cal Kestis while he tries to maneuver around the universe as one of the few lone survivors of the Jedi Order. And it's definitely a game I would recommend. I've played it quite a lot, and honestly, it's one of the best. I have also tried to play the most recent one, but I've had issues due to a lot of graphics demand and RAM, so I have to wait until I actually have a bit more memory and RAM to be able to play that game. But the next one on my list for number 8 is Brotato. This is one of the games I've played a lot in the last couple years, especially recently in the last couple months of just 2026 alone, and it's one of my personal favorite games. It's very easy, it's very simple, and it has such a great layout of weapons and tools that you can purchase in the game through the actual waves after wave. Every wave ends and you get a whole bunch of stuff that you can buy with the amount of items and materials you have in your inventory. It's a very simple and easy game, and I definitely recommend it to anyone who is looking just for a casual game to play. Brotato is one of the best. The next one on my list is none other, on number 7, is The Walking Dead Telltale's definitive series. This game is one of the best games. I've actually played a playthrough of this, and it's one of my personal favorite games currently out there that I have actually played recently when it comes to choice adapting games. It's created by the same people who have developed the most recent choice adapt game, Dispatch, where a lot of the original developers and writers from that game were at this game and have moved on to Dispatch. It's one of the games I would definitely recommend playing before you even play Dispatch or any other Telltale's game or choice adaptation games. The next one on my list at number 6 is none other than Batman Arkham Knight, or the Arkham games. The Batman Arkham games are a trilogy of games with the late Kevin Conroy voicing every single incarnation of the Batman character except for Batman Arkham Origins. Batman Arkham Origins is set in the same universe, but it is a prequel that was made after the fact, with Arkham Knight being the last game that Kevin Conroy actually was the main character for. It's one of the best Batman games out there, and I definitely recommend. I've been playing it over the years, over my entire life, and I've played it again very recently on stream. It's one of the best games out there, and I definitely recommend playing the Arkham games at any point in your hobby in playing video games. The next one on my list is a very simple game, and it's a very easy shooter game to play, and that is Call of Duty Black Ops. Call of Duty has had a whole bunch of different games, but I definitely recommend the most latest version, as that will be the version that everyone is playing. You could also play Black Ops 7 or Black Ops 6, as both of these games will be available on Game Pass at the time of this recording. And honestly, if you already have Game Pass, it's a no-brainer to play these games, as it's already available to you on either Ultimate Edition or just the Xbox Essential Edition. There's so many things about Call of Duty that I definitely would recommend for you to play. Even though it is one of the few games I would rank to play, it's a game that I feel like a lot of people need to play to know if they're really interested in first-person shooters. And Call of Duty is one of them. It's the best way to actually figure out if you like it, and in my opinion, it's a way to learn if you actually enjoy Call of Duty. I don't 100% enjoy Call of Duty, but I do enjoy it enough to at least play it once in a while. But it's definitely a game I would recommend playing, especially if you're just looking for an easy first-person shooter game that will at least be very frequently played on multiplayer. If you're just looking for the stories, well, Black Ops 2 has one of the best stories, and so does Call of Duty on all of the Black Ops games, and of course on Cold War Black Ops. I definitely recommend playing it, and it's a very interesting game to play at first. It's just a way for you to ease into first-person shooters. It might not be for you, but at least giving it a try at least gives you that feeling of going, oh, okay, at least I've tried it, and I can move on and play the next one. Which brings us to the next one on my list, which is Batman: The Telltale series. This series of games is one of the best games of Telltale's. The reason why it ranks above Call of Duty. Really, this category thing isn't really based on which one is better, but it is one of the best games I've played. It's like the Telltale Walking Dead, but unlike that, it actually follows the story of Batman, and there is a 2-season game on it. There is the first one, which is Batman: The Telltale series, and Batman: The Enemy Within the Telltale series. Both games adapt on your decisions and choices that you make as the character. And once you have made those decisions, they are permanent. I definitely recommend playing them, especially on PC, as they're actually at a good price to even purchase on PC. So if you're looking at buying the Telltale games, I definitely recommend wait for them to be at least on sale on Steam, as they can be at a good price for you to play. The next one on my list at number 4 is none other than Dispatch. Dispatch is the most recent game from the Adapt from Your Choices games. It released last year, and it's one of the best games that I've played. As I said, this list isn't on a ranking system, but it is definitely one of my top 5 favorites. I've enjoyed every moment of Dispatch, and I've played it I played it earlier this year, and I don't remember much of the story right now, but it does focus on Robert Robertson. I'm not going to spoil too much of the game, but it is so fun and so much enjoyable of that game. I enjoyed it so much that I'm already thinking of a second playthrough, and it's probably going to happen live on YouTube and Twitch. So if you want to be interested in watching me do that anytime soon, definitely click subscribe and press the like button if you would like to see that. And also, let me know what your favorite game is in the comments below. I want any game suggestions you have for me in the comments. But I definitely recommend Dispatch, or if you're just interested to see what it's like, you can definitely follow my playthrough on it, very soon when I start streaming it again. The next game on my list is none other than Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is one of my personal favorite games. I've played it so much that it's one of my most personal favorite game currently that I have actually played on most recent years. It's a game that I always somehow find my way coming back to, and it's definitely a game I would recommend if you haven't played it already. You get to build your farm, and you're in this town called Stardew Valley, and it's a beautiful place to call home. You get to interact with all of the characters, and you get to choose who you interact with, and you can even have relationships with some of these characters. It's definitely a game I would recommend playing, especially if you're interested in achievement hunting. There's a lot of achievements that you can get from this game, and it's definitely a game I would recommend to play. Now, on to the last one on my list is Star Wars. Not just any Star Wars, Lego Star Wars, the complete saga from 2009. This was one of the first Lego Star Wars games I ever played, and was one of the first few games I've ever played on the PlayStation 2. I definitely recommend it still to this day, and in my opinion, it holds a very close spot in my heart when it comes to personal favorite games. The amount of detail that went into this game, and of course how it is based off of what was the original complete saga, which was only the prequel trilogy and original trilogy, being episode 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, and 3. This, in my opinion, is one of the best Lego Star Wars games, and in my opinion, completely revolutionized Lego Star Wars games for the foreseeable future. I definitely recommend it, as there are so many Star Wars characters that you can find in the game and collect, which were very awesome to do. But that is it for my 10 video games that I would recommend. Leave your comments below, and as always, guys, have a good day, have a good evening, and have a good night. And I will see you all later. I appreciate your existence, and I hope you all the best. Bye bye. Hey, what's going on, guys? Before getting to the end of this video officially, I wanted to just let you guys know that a new profile picture has been made, and it's debuting with this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, guys, smack the like button, subscribe, and comment down below your favorite video game. But also, let me know what you think of the new profile picture, which I'll show on screen, and after this video is posted, it will officially be the new profile picture for my YouTube channel and for pretty much all of my social medias. So, as always, guys, I appreciate your existence. I appreciate all your support. And have a good day, have a good evening, and have a good night. And I hope you all the best. Thank you. Bye bye.